want you to stay in the line with me. We need to know what's going on, okay?
Different than you. That song, that was inspired really by the Columbine shooting that happened a while back. I don't think anybody ever focuses too much on how they got to that point. And a lot of times it has to do with bullying. So different than you is really about you're in school or whatever, or in life or at work or whatever, and you're kind of the outcast and being made fun of, your entire life, and then at some point you just have this breaking point, and then you lose control. But it's really just, it's really putting a perspective on the situation deeper than what you see in the media. Some people are just straight maniacs or whatever, but I feel like there's more to it. There's more to the subject than somebody just grabbing some guns and shooting something up for no reason. I think there's a story behind it. It's deeper than that. It's like I had a little shift in my style, and it was the first time where I was kind of able to fit the melodic in with the heavier stuff. Once I made Different Than You, it was another one of those moments where I felt like I was definitely in the right direction and in the zone where I needed to be. It kind of solidified where I was trying to go musically, or it was kind of like the roadmap and the blueprint that I kind of got from Walk to the Light. I liked it because it was a little bit heavier. It was kind of aggressive. It was definitely significant to where I wanted to go with my style and what I was trying to achieve musically. Down on Your Knees, that actually I wrote Down on Your Knees, back when I wrote the album Walk to the Light. It was way heavier than, the music on Walk to the Light, and it just didn't fit at all, it was like the difference between night and day, I like it a lot because it's, the song's got a lot of energy, and I didn't release it back then, but and I probably wasn't going to release it at all, but, the video guy was like, "You got anything heavy?" And I was like, "Well, I got this one song." I actually had to rewrite the lyrics for that. So we were supposed to shoot the video, in 2 days. So I just had to, come up with the new lyrics, 2 days. We stayed up all night, I don't know how much more I can take. That song is really just about being a slave, and being a puppet, to the government and stuff, and the world and the government, they all control the masses with whatever, but at the end it's all their greed and their wickedness, in the end, now it's their time to get on their knees, bury their master, In the end, the bad guy gets taken out, that's kind of what it's about. But I like that song because I like the heaviness of it. I like the energy of it. This Hell is actually the first song I ever wrote. I wrote that with my friend D-John, and we used to sit outside, and, with an acoustic guitar and play some songs, and he came up with the lyrics for the song and the guitar line, and all my friends and stuff kind of liked it. It's really just about being in a toxic relationship, with anyone, whether it's a girl or a guy or a family member, and just breaking out of that environment, that's really what it's about. I mean, you can definitely, get some Metallica vibes out of it. Like, I mean, that was kind of in the time era when I was playing, a lot of Metallica and Slayer and stuff like that. I think you can hear that, hear a lot of the influence of that kind of music in that song. Originally I wasn't ever going to record it, but I was like, man, that's the first song I ever wrote, so I figured I would just kind of put it out there, and that's what an album is, it's just kind of a record of different parts of your life or your career or whatever. Tonya is literally about Tonya, and I had some music that I had been sitting on for a couple of years, and I remember that, me and Tonya had gotten into an argument and broken up. I remember I was sitting in my studio and, listening to the music, and I had been trying to come up with lyrics for a couple of years. And as I'm listening to the music, kind of like looking at, me and Tanya's text, and then like, as I'm reading her text, I'm hearing the music in the background, and then it just clicked. Like, literally my text became the lyrics for the song, and it fit like a glove. It was the weirdest thing ever. I know there's some problems and I made some mistakes, but as long as I'm breathing, I'm still willing to try for you. So, yeah, that song is pretty much about us breaking up and, getting back together and stuff, but those lyrics came from the text I was writing and stuff like that. It's, like a lot of my songs are kind of sad and they feel sad all the way through the song. This song, it starts off kind of that way, but it kind of, at the end, feels like it has a happy ending, and I like it. I like it. I like the feel of the song. I like, it has a good rhythm to it, Well, I believe was actually the first song I ever recorded, and that song was significant because that's when I first started singing my own music. For a long time, I had looked for bands to play in or looked for singers to sing, and I kind of gave up, but I wound up starting to sing my own stuff, and I believe was the first song I recorded and wrote. That song is what made me feel like, maybe I could sing the songs, and when I was writing that song, I was taking guitar lessons from Tommy from Tesla, and he told me that there wasn't much else he could teach me on the guitar, and so I asked him if he wanted to help me produce a song, and he kind of helped me for a while, but what I got out of that is, when I would work on the lyrics, he'd want me to sing in front of him. And I remember, I used to be really, really nervous, singing at all, much less in front of somebody that was a rock star, So the first couple of sessions we had, I could hardly even get my voice out because I was so nervous. And the third time or something, he came by and I just stopped caring about it, and it was almost like being bound, with chains, and then somebody releases you and then boom, your voice comes out, and that's what it felt like. And that's when I realized, I could probably sing these songs, and not like that, but the song itself, I like the vibe of it in the beginning, it sounds kind of trippy in a way. That song is, pretty much, basically being born into a bad situation, whatever that is, and and nobody chooses to be born, but some people are born into opportunity and some people aren't. And, you're dealt the hand that you are and you make the best of it. There's a lyric in the song that says, I never wanted a life of affliction. It's basically just, telling someone that, I'm sorry things are the way they are now, but, I didn't choose my path, it was kind of a milestone. It was the first time I ever recorded too. It's when I learned how to write songs and the structure. I learned a lot from it. It gave me confidence. It let me know that, everything that I was doing was possible,